What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we went around Aerith Sea, completing up some side quests, as well as doing some more completion around Colony 6, at least in terms of helping them rebuild. And in this episode, before we head off to Valak Mountain, which we will be doing in this episode, there are just a couple of things that I want to take care of. First things first, I do want to cover some things that I've done in terms of the skill trees. So I've gone in and basically, I haven't moved anybody's around or anything like that. The Rhine is almost done with Enthusiasm, so I'll probably be switching them over to Diligence as soon as that's over, but I'll show off when I do that. So nothing's changed here, but I did go in and affect a lot of our skill links because I kind of originally had been throwing things just kind of around everywhere willy-nilly and not really paying too much attention to it. But I went in and really kind of read through everything, and so this is what I've got for every character here. You can kind of see what I've got. I'll kind of scroll through as I talk about this, but yeah, this is really important. Don't be like me and just throw everything around kind of willy-nilly. Like, you can leave spots open and things like that, so just be sure that, you're using your affinity coins wisely and that you're, using the skill links that you can and the ones that you want. Don't be afraid to remove things to replace it with something else and all that sort of stuff. So, because all this stuff is very, very helpful. So, yeah, just pause your screen. I'll just kind of scroll through these very quickly because I don't want to spend too much time in the skill links tree here. You kind of pause your screen to see what I have equipped to each character. As I kind of scroll through. It's not a whole lot. A lot of characters actually have a lot of the same things. But I thought these were like really good pieces of, like, not gear, I guess, but good skill links to have just across the board. So it just made the most sense to me. But anyway, we've done that. But also, in between episodes, I did a ton of gem crafting. As in, like, I barely have any level 3 crystals left. Enough to where I don't feel like I really need to do anything in terms of gem crafting, at least now. So we have a ton of gems to move around and things like that. And I will be moving around and changing up some of the equipment of the party, but I'll actually be doing that a little bit later, and I'll show you why once we get there. But you may notice that I'm actually here inside of Frontier Village instead of out at the, I don't even know what you would call it. I'll have to check, I guess, my map in Magna Forest, the pod landing site. Yeah. Instead of being there like I ended off the last episode. And that is because there's actually one thing that we want to take care of here inside Frontier Village. And so actually what we want to do is we want to go to Ricky's house if we get the opportunity. Not to throw a party or anything like that, but instead we want to head just right up these stairs up this way. And right up here over this way. I believe it has to be nighttime. Well, actually, no. Unless he's walking around behind us somewhere. Yeah, right down here. I believe this is it. No, not Leku. Maybe it's a little higher. Maybe I didn't go quite far enough. Oh yeah, it's right up here. There should be, yeah, this Napon right here. It's a Napon villager. So this is actually a generic quest. So my Granny Pond going to be 160. Want to make her some sparkly clothes as a present. Apis golden nuggets, perfect to represent long life. Want friends to go get me some. Yeah, so this is actually that Material Quest 3 that we never got the first time that we were here. This is only open to us now because these Apis Gold Nuggets are only obtainable on Valak Mountain. So, why this is number 3 and not number 4? Why didn't they have you collect 1, 2, and 3 instead of 1, 2, 4 first and then wait and get 3 a little bit later? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I'm hoping to land in the water here and not die. There we go. Sweet. Yeah, and so that is all of that done. That's actually pretty straightforward. We've grabbed that quest, and so now it's here in our quest log. It should be brand new here. Yeah, Material Quest 3. Pretty nice. It should be the only one we have in Frontier Village, I think. Anyway, I'm not looking around for that, but actually, there is one more thing I do want to do here first. Over here at the Pollen Works, we actually have a heart-to-heart that we can view, and this is between Shulk and Ricky. I don't have affinity quite built up to where I want it to be, but I do actually want to view this before we move on. So let me give some stuff to Ricky, and then I'll be right back. Man, after what took way, way too long, I finally have enough affinity between Shulk and Ricky. Here is at the Pollen Works. Achoo! Frontier's Village famous pollen works. Wow, Ricky, great machine. Is it all made from wood? Shulk say wrong word. This is not machine. Because it's not made of metal. Yay, Shulk right. Machine has metal. Napalm device has no metal, so not called machine. Now that I think of it, I haven't noticed a lot of metal in the village. Looking up on it, one with the forest. If forest not have metal, Napalm not use metal. It's very resourceful of you. Long time ago, Napalm make many things. I'm impressed. I'd love to know more about how these pollen orbs too. They light up and produce heat, but they never burn up. Yellow and blue orbs are safe to eat, but red one, not so safe. I saw red one by the lift. Looks tasty enough. Shulk, want to eat red one? Ricky not like red ones. Ricky's stomach go thump thump and squeal. If Shulk eat and finish whole red one, Ricky give Shulk medal. It's like a challenge to me. Ricky no need red orb anyway. Oka make yummy food for Ricky. So what makes you so bouncy? Maybe I need to eat more orbs. That's very sweet. Anyway, so that's actually now finally everything that I want to do here. Well, yeah, that's everything I want to do here in Frontier Village. So we can now actually head back to Magna Forest and to the pod landing site. Now I do want to switch my party back around again. I'm actually going to take, I don't know. Let me figure out what I want to do here, because obviously that last little heart-to-heart there showed me that the affinity between my party isn't looking so great. So definitely want to build up some affinity with, well, let's try Dunban, Ryan, and Ricky maybe. And I don't know who we'll play as, but we'll figure it out here in a moment. So let me switch around the party and see what I come up with. Alright, so I've given Dunban the quick step gems, and I just outfitted Melia with pretty much, actually I guess I'll just show you. Yeah, so Dunban's got the quick step gems on now here, and then for Melia I just gave her a bunch of ether up gems and HP up 3 gems. And a lot of these, like this ether up 4 gem, I got from the gem crafting that we did before the video started. I think I mentioned that earlier in the video. Then again, now I'm not so sure. But I'm fairly certain that I did mention the fact that I did a bunch of gem crafting off camera. So actually, in fact, now I remember about it, I know I did. But here we have Suelo Orluga. If you remember back to Arid Sea, Monster Quest number 2, they asked for 5 Orluga skirts. And these guys right here just so happen to be able to drop some. So pretty good. So let's see what we can do here. And these fights aren't too important, so there's a ton in this area, and I can simply reload the area as I need to. So I'm going to complete up that Arid Sea quest and get those grass or Luga skirts. And I'll just meet you guys back here once I'm done. Alright, after finally completing that quest, and I do want to mention, I actually went back to the entrance of Frontier Village, because the same Orluga that are over there, that are actually a little bit weaker than these guys, also happened to drop the Orluga grass skirts, so it just kind of works out. Now, I do want to fight this guy, and once again, I'll be cutting back again, because there is something I want to show off. Actually, I think I can point it out right here while we're fighting. And I'll probably just run. You see a red item orb over there. That's going to be useful for something a little bit later on. You can pick it up now if you'd like. Personally, I'm not going to. I'll just wait until a little bit later. But I just want to show off that there is a red item orb over there. And it's going to be useful for a pretty important chain of side quests that we can actually take care of right now. The only problem is we're a bit under-leveled. So I do want to mention, though, if you run right up here, right where the jungle turns into snow, you earn the landmark of Valak Pass, which would be important. But before we move on, I do actually want to sneak by this Orluga here and continue on down this path, which isn't very hidden, but nonetheless, it's going to lead us somewhere that, at least in terms of the Xenoblade world, is considered very hidden for some odd reason. Because if we walk right over here, this is King Agni's tomb, a secret area. There's a tablet seal. The engraving writing is worn and ineligible. So obviously we'll be doing something in this area. And this area was actually foreshadowed quite a long time ago. So I just kind of wanted to point that out. So yeah, but this is where it is, and this is actually part of the side quest that we could take care of right now. I think I'd rather just wait. Instead of having to run all the way back up, I think I'd rather just warp right up here to Valak Pass. But with all of that now finally taken care of, I think it's now finally time to head off for Valak Mountain.
Zanza is not dead. I feel it. Our tragedy unfolds once again.
Lady Mayneth. Does that mean...
Indeed, I do not doubt that Egil too is aware. However, why free the Monado? Zanza must realize it is now a double-edged sword. And what reason could he have for choosing the boy? What is this? I am experiencing feelings for the boy.
Lady Mayneth.
Vinaya, your swift repairs are appreciated.
Thank you.
I wish to see that boy again. To meet with the one who wields the Monado.
The boy? But my lady, is that not...
Is Egil aware of my reawakening?
He is not. As my lady wished, he knows nothing.
Then, there is no need to worry. I shall meet the boy. Besides, the Monado will draw him to me.
Flying off without me, huh? I know you from somewhere. Of course, I remember you. You're Junburn's little sister.
Of course, welcome to Valak Mountain. Personally, one of my favorite areas.
I could go for a hot cup of Dixon's home brew right about now. We're not built for this cold.
It is to be expected. This climate is as different to your home as it gets. It only snows this high up on the Bionis.
Ricky hate cold.
This can't be nice for Ricky. He's from Matna.
A little further down is Sword Valley, right?
Yes, but before then I must show you something.
Me?
You, Shulk. Do you not see? That tall formation that looks like a tower. Ruins, to be precise.
Ricky see it? Bigger than Big Tree in village.
We can rest there. I'll explain everything then.
Oh, and this is Zoghead Pass, but just look at this view. This is exactly why I wanted to come here at night. And just because I wanted to come here at night, I'm going to reverse the clock a little bit, I guess, to make sure it stays night for a little while. So obviously, some new items. Actually, there is one thing I do want to check out real quick. I do want to head to the Collectopedia and look at one area in particular, Machina Forest. We're missing one item. We actually have an Ash Fox now, so we can fill that in. We're missing one fruit. Personally, I'm not going to go back to grab that at any point in particular. We'll probably come across it again because we'll be coming back to Machina quite a lot throughout our adventure, so I'm sure we'll run across this item eventually. So I'll just leave it there for now. But Valak Mountain is a new area, and it's also got quite a large Collectopedia as well. And this area is massive. But as soon as we make our way here, first of all, we have a Nopon merchant that's going to have a bunch of generic quests for us. And so I will simply just, of course, be going on and accepting as many of these. Mostly just monster quests. I'm not sure if there are any collection quests either. So just, yeah, more monster quest. Okay, no, there is more. Oh, just monster quest 4. Hot spring afterwards, and that's actually it. But my main interest right here is the Nopon merchant. So obviously, first things first is we've got some new gear. This is for Rhine. It's not quite as good as what we've got for Melia here. Also not as good. This is better for Dunban, but I think his has got, yeah, 2 slots, and I think I want to keep that. What about Charla? Once again, though, the slots just outperform, I would say. Same thing here with Melia. What about Ricky? Yeah, once again, 3 slots just is better, I'd say. For Rhine, yeah, having 2 slots is just really nice. And we already have a Night Circle for Dunban anyway. And I don't even think we're using it. Yeah, not at all. So, nothing there. Anybody could go for this equipment. Okay, looks a bit like just about everybody could actually go for this helmet. Whoa. First of all, I don't even think Ricky has a hat on right now, which is so crazy. I guess I'll buy one for 4 members of our party. I do not want to buy 11. I want to buy 4 of them, though we're kind of running low on money here. Let's see. Ease defense goes up. Ricky. Alright, so 4 of you can use this as well. So we use that. Jail gloves. What about these warm gloves? Chill defense. It may be worth picking those up because a lot of the enemies here obviously have chill attacks, and that could be useful. Personally, I'm not going to go out of my way to do it. I don't really see much of a use in it. But everyone could go for these, so so it's all 6 of us here. That's a little worrying because I don't have a lot of money for that many. What about these jail bottoms? Could you go for 5? We already have a pair to begin with, and then the boots. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. So quite a lot of new equipment here that we can definitely use. I'm not gonna sell anything. But I am going to head into the menus real quick. And by the way, I don't want to mention, I also at the beginning of the episode switched around a lot of arts for some of our characters. I think Dunban's, I switched some auras around and some attacks. Ryan, I switched up some arts. You can see them here. Ricky, I switched around as well. Melia, she's got a brand new art that I do want to show off. Summon Earth. This reduces physical, Earth reduces physical damage. So when it's summoned, around the user, it causes physical damage down on the enemies around her. And then when she dispenses it, it causes poison damage. So it causes ether damage, and then each poison damage for 30 seconds afterwards, by the way, I should mention. And that time only goes up if you level it up, I do believe. Oh, no, it doesn't. The damage goes up, though, and the cooldown lowers. I won't be worrying about that quite yet, but this is very, very good. This is a really good art for Melia. So if you can get off 2 lightnings, 2 summon bolts, to up her ether attack, and then use a summon earth, whatever damage the attack did at the beginning of the attack, it will do that each time the poison damage goes off for 30 seconds. So this is a very, very good art for Melia. And using that with summon Flare as well can have Melia be a very good damage over time character. So this is really nice. Shulk obviously hasn't changed much. Charla, I think I added a Cure Round, which grants a period of debuff immunity. We're going to be seeing a lot more debuffs in the near future, so I'll definitely add that to her. But let me go and change around some of our equipment, and then I will meet you guys once I'm done. Alright, so we've added a bunch of new equipment to the characters, and some of them even have some new gems and things like that. Of course, Dunban still got the quick step gems because I want to move around with them, but I added a double attack 4, so now he's got 2 double attack 4 gems. I'm not really going to explain much more of what I've got for each character. You can just kind of look and see for yourself. Ryan, I've still got some defensive gems on him, like Spike Defense and Spike 2, which Spike Defense really isn't a defensive gem, but I like to have it on Ryan, because he can still sometimes draw the aggro. Strength down, strength up, things like that. But I'm trying to shift him more towards an offensive character, because late game, he can be really good at offense rather than defense. Ricky, I'm looking for him to be more of my defensive character here, so kind of got some good footing on there. HP up as well. Initial tensions are really good for that. Spike 3, things like that. Melia, of course, outfitted incredibly for Ether. You don't have to absolutely load her up with Ether gems like I'd been doing, because I kind of forgot the Ether max at 150. So I just gave her some HP up to let her last a little bit longer, as well as Physical Protect 4. Just because she's a little bit of a squishy little... I don't really know where I was going with that, but she can die very easily if she somehow happens to draw aggro, so I'd like for her to be able to at least defend herself a little bit more. Shulk, still the same as always, an Ether Up gem in there as well, but mostly just attack stability, attack plus, just doing a ton of damage. And then Charla, finally I've kind of directed her more towards the Ether setup, also an HP Up gem. Nothing really different there either, so... but that's what our party is looking like now. So, let's say we start to head around this area. And while I run around here looking for monster quests to complete, because that's kind of what I want to do, I'll just kind of let you guys take a look at the atmosphere of this area. Because, one, look at this area during the nighttime. I'm so glad I walked in during the nighttime so you guys could see the big pan over of this entire area at night. This area is so beautiful at night. It's absolutely incredible. More. And while we're getting ready to fight this more, I want you guys to listen to the wonderful soundtrack for a little while. That is Valak Mountain at night. Not to say Valak Mountain at day isn't as nice, but it's just not Valak Mountain at night. It's a very beautiful soundtrack, and I want you guys to take a listen. So, take a listen to Valak Mountain's night theme. And we're back as the music kind of shifts to the day theme now. I wanted you guys to listen to that for a little while. I thought it was just a nice theme. And yeah, you can see the daytime here doesn't look nearly as good as it does at night. But to say I hate it here and during the day, it's just It's kind of cloudy and gloomy, like you would think out of a normal snow area in any sort of video game. So yeah, Xenoblade just took what old games have already done and pretty much was just like, yep, snow area, very cloudy, lots of snow, very cold, and that was about all they wanted to do with that. Let's do this, and Sword Drive still does so much. Ooh, we actually got another chain attack, and there we go. That's the first monster quest complete. Sorry about that quick cut there. I definitely didn't have a spasm attack of coughs hit me as I ran through this area or anything. So, but we want to jump back down here, and there's a lot of actually slightly lower leveled enemies. We're gonna have to run around here through the day for a little bit though, which I know is kind of sad. I get it. I wouldn't want to run around here during the day either, but there are some monsters that we need to take out around here during the day. So at least I don't think there are any at night. I guess I can always check my map and see. So now it's nighttime. Check our map. And yeah, none of the monsters that we need to take out are flying around here at night. So we can just kind of ignore the nighttime for now. I know, I wish I didn't have to, but alas, I must keep it daytime for the time being. Now, most of the enemies we're going to end up seeing around here, we're going to end up taking care of as we kind of make our way down this way, I believe. In fact, 2 enemies have just popped up right up here. And I believe it's going to be, where are they? Yeah, the Apis, I don't know. But I do believe that these are either needed for a monster quest or they're needed for that Frontier Village quest we picked up earlier in the episode. And I think this is exactly what they're used for. But you know what? I guess it doesn't really matter. We're gonna fight them anyway. We get to fight like these. I'm just gonna end up cutting ahead, but well, that fight kind of ended anyway. Yeah, it's definitely for that quest is what we're doing this for, and that was a very weird angle of Dunban, but alright, I'll take it, I guess. These guys all just end up dropping those little gold nuggets, though, so we'll fight these guys up here, and I'll just see you guys when we're done. Alright, I'm actually going to end up saving those guys for a later time. I just don't really want to have to try to fight those guys right now, and so I think I'd rather wait. But here during the day, there's a lot of X out here that are level 96. A lot of very, very aggressive monsters out here, but are not aggressive, very powerful monsters, but they are not aggressive is what I guess I mean to say. But we do got some Chilkins here, which are just like the icy version of Chilkins. Gotta be very careful near these elks though. But I do need to take care of these guys, or at least one of them, for a monster quest, so we might as well do that. There's one, and we have to take out 3 of these, so I'll finish up this fight, and I'll see you guys once we're done. And whoa! After that fight, I don't know why that shocked me so much. 2 lucky Chilkin rings for Oleski. Perhaps he and Zell can now be happy at last. Interesting, that could be used for a quest down the road, so maybe I just want to keep that in mind as we continue on forward. Now, I do think there's some more Chilkins down here. I think there's a group here and then a group over there. So I'll fight these guys, and I'll show you guys the quest log once I've completed this. Alright, and that's monster quest number 3 done. Sweet. I think we just have 2 more left. If I check my quest log, I think one of them is like, yeah, 5 Sparus Paguls somewhere around here, and then 1 Sinus Lexos. And I happen to know where that Lexos actually is, and it's going to be, should be right down here to the left, if I'm not mistaken. So, this is Bagnar Snowfield. Some more of those Chilkins. We're fine to just kind of ignore them, and yeah, if we continue down here, and then eventually make our way to the left, these guys will be right down over this way. Yeah, so you can kind of see this pond of water right here in front of us. This is exactly where this Lexos is actually going to be. So we can head right down over this way. And we should meet up with this guy if he'll come flying out when I think he should, at least. Yeah, as soon as we walk up, he immediately starts to fly around the corner. So this should be him right here. Let's see if I can lock on. Yeah, there we go. And we're on the same level, so this fight could be a little difficult. So, may want to be a little careful. And of course, Ryan is down there close to the water. We want to be careful there as well. Glad Ricky can actually attack from this far, though, which is nice. Ooh, we also have Blossom Dance. Let's do that. Or Blossom Dance, as Dunban says. Or something similar to that. We can force Daze. But I think he's immune, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's definitely immune, so it definitely doesn't matter. Ooh, hold on. The affinity change between Dunban and Ricky. Sweet. I'll definitely take that, though. That's really good. I know for a fact this guy's immune to break. Though I think you can force topple. I'm not exactly 100% sure about that. Don't know why we can't use our other attacks, but alright, sure. I think Ryan's actually too far away, maybe. I'm not sure, but that kind of sucks, but whatever. I need Dunban to avoid some attacks here. Thunderbolt 2, that's fine. Gale Slash. Yeah, we're done here. Yeah, he's immune to break. Yeah, completely immune. Can't even inflict break. I think you can force topple, but I'm not sure. Aqua Wave is gonna inflict break, but and it's also gonna inflict chill, but I don't think it's gonna matter too much, cause we're pretty much done with this, and there we go. Quest 1 is completed. Ooh, Ricky, grab that. And yeah, this is still considered Upper Bionis, so any quest that we complete here will allow us some more affinity with this area. Now, instead of continuing towards the tower like we have been so far, at least, I would like to, first of all, I definitely want to change the time to night because, well, obvious reasons. It's beautiful out here at nighttime, and I want to run through here while it's nice and pretty. While also avoiding these Ent Antals. I think we have quests that involve them later, but for right now, we don't really need to bother with them. I instead rather would like to head up this way, avoiding these monsters if I can. This guy's probably going to hear me running underneath him, I think. Unless I kind of hug this wall, maybe. That actually worked. I don't know how, but I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, so... and I want to head up this way because there's this interesting little thing kind of poking out of the Bionis over here that doesn't seem quite right. What's of the Etma King? That's kind of freaky. But yeah, this giant thing right up here. And while we're walking up to it, well, I guess we're about to be here anyway, so I guess I'll kind of save this thought for a little bit later. But once we get close, we'll see that this is a landmark that we can skip travel to, but this is the Mechonis wound. So this is just a giant piece of the Mechonis just sticking out of the Bionis. I mean, yeah, and this is like a very tiny little piece of the Mechonis. And so just kind of seeing us next to it in comparison in size and things like that makes you feel very insignificant, I guess. But with all of that, I do actually want to end off the video here. So next time, we'll continue to head around Valak Mountain, complete up some more generic quests, look to see if we can find anybody else around here, and continue to make our way towards that giant tower springing up from the arm of the Bionis. But like I said, that's all going to happen in the next episode. So if you guys did like this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Connor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.